Good evening. It won't bring back the U.S. ambassador or the 3 other Americans who were murdered, including 2 former Navy SEALs. But tonight, what happened the night they died, the storming of that U.S. consulate in Benghazi, Libya, is being labeled an act of terrorism by the White House. That was not the initial story, and some in government have given conflicting versions for what happened there that night. We begin tonight with what it does mean. Our chief foreign affairs correspondent, Andrea Mitchell, in our D.C. bureau tonight. Andrea, good evening.
Good evening, Brian. Tonight, the White House confirmed that the attack was an act of terror. Officials say by al-Qaeda sympathizers. But big questions remain about when it was planned and why initial reports were wrong.
Under heavy guard, Hillary Clinton's number 2, Deputy Secretary of State William Burns, arrived in Libya today to attend a memorial service for the 4 Americans killed there. Now that the FBI is on the scene, U.S. officials acknowledge the first reports of a protest gone wild were wrong. On Air Force One, Press Secretary Jay Carney told reporters, "It is, I think, self-evident that what happened in Benghazi was a terrorist attack." President Obama was asked about that at a Univision forum today.
What we do know is that the natural protests that arose because of the outrage over the video were used as an excuse by extremists to see if they can also directly harm U.S. interests.
Intelligence officials now believe it could have been a planned attack all along, masquerading as a protest. Today, officials briefed top members of Congress.
I think the story now is that there was not a demonstration, that this was a pre-planned attack.
But after the killings, the administration blamed it on protests sparked by that anti-Islamic video.
What happened in Benghazi was, in fact, initially a spontaneous reaction to what had just transpired hours before in Cairo.
Visibly frustrated by those accounts, John McCain lashed out at the administration today for not immediately pointing to al-Qaeda affiliates.
I'm stunned that they thought that it was some kind of spontaneous demonstration. It shows the level of the abysmal level of their knowledge about fundamental aspects of terrorist attacks and militant operations.
He also said he was worried about Ambassador Chris Stevens' safety, especially when he was with him on election night in Libya. Hillary Clinton announced she's convening a review board to investigate what went wrong, as she's required to by law. While in Coronado, California today, another funeral for Tyrone Woods, one of the 2 former Navy SEALs assigned to Benghazi.
U.S. officials say that this could have been a long-planned attack, taking the opportunity of a protest or no protest at all. They are now investigating all possibilities, including why the initial accounts were wrong. Brian?
Andrea Mitchell starting us off in D.C. tonight. Andrea, thanks. And now to